What's happening, everybody? We're back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
I'm the swaggy blerd, Winston A. Marshall, and I don't know why every time we start, I just be doing my shoulders and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up? Yeah.
Did you ever see behind the scenes with Charlie Murphy on a trail show where they say when Charlie starts,
you would do it like this?
We're here for season 2, episode 10 review of Harley Quinn on the DC Universe app. And if you have not seen this episode yet, come on back because there will be spoilers. I know you're like, yo, why are they separated? Well, A, it's been a lot of crazy shit in the city of LA. There's a curfew. B, we earlier in the day did our Blerds in the Hood town hall talking about all that has been going on, what Black Lives Matter is, why people are protesting, what the angst is, and so much more. So we please encourage you to go over to the Blerds in the Hood YouTube channel and check out that video. All right. But nonetheless, we are here to talk Harley Quinn, man. So check it out. Shouts out to Harley for being the worst person ever to handle her emotions. Because this is the second time. Think about it. When she first kissed Ivy, I just kiss everybody. She shows back up after the bachelorette party. Oh, nothing. Everything was good. Ivy and me slept in separate beds. Like everybody ask you. Oh, by the way, I thought we mentioned it in our last week's review, and somebody said it in the comments, and I'm gonna address some comments from the last review. Like, I've said it too, that Harley said Ivy was in the bathroom changing her tampon, and then they fucked 4 times. Like, Harley's a freak, and so is Ivy.
No. What? I mean, it is possible that she was, but you do understand that's an easy excuse you can just make.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it was true, Harley,
sure. You don't have your Red Wings?
Nigga, no.
Oh, that's just for eating, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, no. Never mind. Never mind. But you've never had sex?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. What do they say? Period, ain't stop, nothing but a sentence.
Ain't nothing but a sentence. Let me tell you something. You can walk through mud, you can fuck through blood.
It's just gone so far left. This is my left. I mean, this is the monitor left, but so far left, so fast. Oh, Jesus.
So Harley comes back, and she's basically trying to explain everything. And King Shark tells her what happened with Kite Man's bachelor party. King Shark was like, well, I just got married and saved the interspecies shark trade and whatnot. And so Harley was like, let's go out and party and do all these things. King Shark is like, I can't. It's Sunday. I got to spend time with my wife. She's real religious.
Wow.
And even while that is happening, Dr. Psycho is officially he's gone. He's packing his shit up and moving. And Sid is like, so you really leaving, huh? And, shouts out to Tony Hale, first and foremost, who has been a force as Dr. Psycho throughout this entire series since his inception. Like, everything he does, like, there are moments you're like, yo, dude is just an angry little man. And like, all you can say. I mean, what else can you say? He's an angry little man. And so you have all that, and then he's leaving, and Sid is trying to talk to him and, basically let him know you're part of this. And Psycho's basically like, fuck all y'all. And just fuck all y'all. And so like, it was something asked, and Psycho was like, I don't have anybody's number, right? So fast forward, Gordon is back in charge of the GCPD. Comes in the door, was like, man, these parademons are spreading faster than chlamydia on my shaft. And the cops are like, oh, what?
No, they said they specifically said, what, man, this is spreading faster than STD. And they go, where? And he goes, well, on my shaft, of course. He goes, no, where do you want us to go attack the parademons?
We learned a lot about James Gordon. Like, he's an alcoholic. He wasn't having the best relationship with his daughter. You clearly have a lot of STDs. Like,
man,
again, shouts out to the voice cast. Christopher Maloney is amazing. But they go and they try to figure out how to stop these parademons. So then Harley decides, before that, we forgot to mention, Harley was like, yo, fuck everybody. I'm finna go out and just boink random people. Which we was like, I think you and I have said this in a couple of previous episodes, was like, Harley finna just start fucking to be fucking.
Yeah.
And
I mean, because we've said this before. Like, that's part of the reason that, like, you gotta just get over your ex and stuff. Sometimes you just gotta go get the fuck it out of your system. Like, I think this is an appropriate time. She still hasn't done the fuck it part with Joker, and she certainly hasn't with Ivy. So now that's what this is. She's trying to just get it out of your system.
Can you imagine? Granted, we see a dude at the bar that's trying to holler, like, yo, this is also a lesson, fellas. You fuck up your chance at easy ass. Like, you legit do it. Dude, she was going. And then dude was just too like snobbish and a douchebag. He was like, so your place of mine. And she just was like, you know what? Fuck all this. Like, she was going to be like, she was in that phase of her life where she was what Issa Rae said in Insecure, I'm having a hocation. Like, she was in that phase.
Everybody has a hoe phase, man. Come on now. When I was going through my hoe phase, I had a starting 5, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you had a couple off the
Who are you? Were you the big blue? Go blue, nigga? What are you, Michigan?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, had a starting 5. I didn't say the Fab 5. I said a starting 5, and we had a couple on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had you.
Now the starting lineup
for Winston's bedroom. like even to the point where sometimes you would sign someone to you sign them to a 1-day contract and shit. Well, that's the funny thing. So, Kristen ended up being Michael Jordan, and she signed a permanent contract, my nigga. So it worked.
Actually, technically speaking, Kristen became LeBron James. Trade all the motherfuckers. Get rid of all. Her became LeBron, boy, so get rid of everybody. I'm the only one on the team that matters, which I mean that's understandable. So in the midst of them, so Harley's at the bar and she realizes her bartender, who was originally a bar back at the whatever the other bar was, now is the bartender is the newly reformed Joker, who is still living the lavish life. Like, dude is like,
well, the thing that killed me is he's like, I had a mediocre rise that no one could see possible as from a bar back to a bartender at the shittiest bar in Gotham to the Wayne Tower.
Which he had a point.
It couldn't have been longer than what, a month?
That's a look, that's more meteoric rise than Tom Cruise in Cocktail. Okay, I just want you to understand that as an analogy for those who've seen that. And so Harley is like, are you fucking serious? Like, she doesn't really want to be sitting there because she knows who he is, even though he doesn't know who he is, but he continually drops it. He's like, I keep having these dreams and feelings like we've met before and things like that. And so while that is happening, the fucking, first of all, parademons are flying into the windows. Remember that, right? Parademons are flying into the windows because, again, parademons are all over because nobody really realized that even though they did some stoppage in the last episode, parademons are still on Earth. They're still out in these streets. So then a robbery takes place. And Harley is like, yo, fuck this. I'm not for this. Like, she wasn't even trying to be about that action, which I appreciate in this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I agree. And it's I think wait. Hold on, I forgot my train of thought.
Oh, that happens a lot of times.
That's okay. Go ahead. I think I'm like fatigued because we did that crazy ass workout and all I had was I haven't eaten all day. All I had was some cottage cheese with some tangerines in it. So like straight up, shouts milk. You know what I'm saying? I think my brain is fatigued. Let me try and get my train of thought back.
So like Harley was like, she didn't want to deal with this, and the Joker is like, they say the best thing to do in a hostage situation is to run and hide. She's like, that's what the fuck I'm trying to do. Which I don't. Also, let me say this. I was telling Winston this before we started recording. I said, look, remember when you were a kid growing up and you saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit and dude saw Jessica Rabbit and you was like, yo, Jessica would get it. Like, it was already seen with the outfits that Harley wears throughout the thing, which, by the way, I forgot to mention in the very beginning, when she comes back from Themyscira, she has on a Cobb Squad hat, which lets you know she was like hurt. Like, that's the part that she was hurt.
Where you're trying to like push through the shit, but you really not pushing through.
But by the way, Harley in that dress, she was Jessica Rabbit quality.
She was trying to get it, bro.
She was trying to get it. Yeah. And so she's about to try to run away, and the dude, one of the hostage, the thugs, knock her out cold when
you forgot to mention what the thugs were talking about.
What you're talking about?
Oh, okay, there's the demands. Okay,
yeah, the demands are after she wakes up and realizes she's handcuffed to the Joker, and then God, you know how we do our recap before we do the review, nigga? I just forgot the best part about this entire fucking heist situation. Well, what?
We're getting close to it. I will tell you in a second.
So also, oh, before I forgot earlier. Dr. Psycho was also still torturing the Riddler in the mall while he was doing it. So I have to bring that up because it plays off later. Mm-hmm. So they make these hostage takers make some demands. One dude's like, I want $50 million. It's a banker was like, yo, I can wire you this shit.
He's like, I'll wire you that right now. He goes, oh, wow. Well, I wasn't done, but sidebar when this is over. Okay. And also like a nuclear missile and a Tomahawk cruise missile. And he's like, I'm a defense contractor. Take it.
As long as you don't shoot me, he was like, okay. He was
okay, he's like, oh, but you know what? All right, I also want some game worn Jordan 2s OGs.
OG Red. And everybody was like, you can get that. You fucked up. Like I don't think people understand how rare those shoes are, especially game worn. Here's another thing. We were talking about this again before we recorded. This goes to the credit of the writing and the direction of the show. This show was written and done when season 1 was done. So season 2 had already been done. They just needed the date to drop it. But it's so funny. This happens after The Last Dance comes out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I wonder how much they were able to tweak and add that line in. It's possible they could have squeezed it in at the last minute.
It is very possible. It is very possible.
It's possible, but you know what I'm saying? Because that lasted 5 weeks? So that would imply that, because we're in episode 10, they did that.
It's a random goon, so it's not hard to get that line, and that's a real quick ADR ad lib line to add in. So yeah, because maybe his third demand could have been something else.
It's possible, yeah, but it also, I wouldn't be surprised because of the talent they have. Because I'm curious who played the goon. I'm sure it'll come out on IMDb later this week, but it is also possible that comedic actor is just a shoehead and just came up with something that he knew nobody could produce.
Because he's been trying to get himself in real life.
Well, because remember what they said to us when we did the interview, they were talking about how these actors, they get what they need, but then they let them riff. So if they were like, they may have had another demand that was like kind of insane. And then the old boy was like, all right, I got something. And they just like went off the cuff. But here's the part that I was talking about. So Harley and Joker have killed the guard that's watching them. They're escaping around. They get to a lab, and there are 2 guards there.
Oh, you talking about
and they start the guards are shooting at them. They're hiding behind a thing, and Harley just grabs the first gun she can, and she shoots one of the dudes. And he just stands there and he looks there and he goes, "What the hell is this?" And then you see the label. It said cancer ray. And he goes, "Why would they even make that?" He goes, "Oh my god, I gotta." And like the other homie's like, "I am so sorry, Bob." He goes, I gotta go spend the holidays with my kids."
Wait, the fact that Harley was so sad, she was like, "Oh my god!" Like you gave my man cancer with a gun. The whole momentum shifted everything into the cancer rate.
It was also one of those moments because this show is so absurd. We're like, oh shit. It's like violence, like hella jokes. And then you hit someone with a cancer ray. So like you broke a nigga's neck. Someone else got shot in the face. Like
beat somebody to death without realizing.
Beat somebody to fucking death. And even to that point, I believe this last guy that stays, Joker gets like trapped and he stabs this motherfucker with a pencil in the eye, which is even more gruesome. But why is it that the cancer ray
is the hardest?
Fucks people up even more, man. That shit is way worse.
Because you got to understand when the supervillains are like, oh god, oh my god, I'm so sorry, oh Jesus, oh, I gotta go spend.
But that's my other question. Like, why the fuck is that being developed at Wayne Tech? Why is Lucius and Bruce developing a cancer ray?
Because probably they were planning on giving the Joker cancer. I can't directly kill him. I'll let nature do it. So also, the thing we just mentioned, the Joker kills a guy. And here's the thing. There are moments throughout this. He is slowly starting to revert back into the Joker.
Slowly breaking.
And every time Harley got to slap the shit out of him because you're like, oh, no. Oh no, like no. Like, I mean, let's be realistic. If you know this motherfucker's gonna get back crazy, you're like, oh shit. So they're traveling through a vent. And
like, I can't get over this cancer ray. They weren't developing like an anti-cancer ray. Like Lucius can't come up with the ray that undoes cancer. You coming up with a cancer ray? Like, because if it was like a cancer uncancer ray, and maybe you set it to cancer, I get it, but you just shoot niggas up for cancer.
I just feel so sorry for the Goon because like he went home was like, oh,
and like slowly being torn. I mean, I guess the only positive is that he got time to go spend with his kids. Like, I guess maybe that's what it is supposed to be, a more humane way to kill somebody. Like, does Batman use that? Because Batman don't use guns, but does he use the cancer ray? Because it'll kill you a while from now.
What you're trying to say is it's a bunch of thugs in custom all of a sudden going to doctor's appointments because they've been coughing up blood. And like, what happened to you? You have cancer. Now listen, I want us to also preface this. This is not to make light of cancer because I lost my mom to cancer.
I lost my cousin, my auntie just recently.
At the same time, you gotta imagine Batman is like, you want to go ahead and you want to try to destroy Gotham? I'll kill you slowly. Like, who was the lab rats for these? Like, you had to test this cancer good on somebody. You could not just sit there and say this is a cancer.
But I think that's why it's so funny. It's because it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hilarious because the thought is, who the fuck comes up with this? And then who actually does this?
Who does
oh, God.
A cancer gun. And so... But nonetheless, the Joker's in there and the parademons are around. And so Harley's like, shit, I got to get to my crew and whatnot. And so she finally makes it to the top of the roof. At the same time, they find out that there's parademons. And she's like, yo, the only people that can stop them are the Justice League. And the bartender Joker's like, yeah, I remember something about the Justice League, them being stuck in some book of fables. It was something like a dream I had. She was like,
in a book. And she goes, yeah, in the book of fables. Like, yeah, I was in a dream. You've been having these dreams too? That's crazy. Because the first dream he brings up is the opening of the pilot. It was weird. I was Robinson Bankers. It was weird. And then I killed them all. One of them with like a pencil, like, you know, blah blah blah. So
he was just like, it's so weird. And so they get to the roof, and all of a sudden, Clayface and King Shark are there. And it's by the way, before we even go there, because we skipped the big part, Jim Gordon's at the GCPD. He gets a box and it says "Go to the roof" with the bat symbol on it.
And he's like, "Oh, he needs me."
He's like, "The Dark Knight needs me." He goes up there to see another note. Get in.
The bat plane. He's like, I remembered. And then he gets in. And we cut back to him later. The bat plane is flying around. There's a parademon. All of a sudden, a net catches it. It goes off. It finds another parademon. You find out that Bruce Batman is controlling the plane remotely from the Batcave, and all Gordon is allowed to do is press the button that fires the captured net.
But wait, the best part of Batman being in the cave, this nigga just has on the cow in a robe in the back.
And Alfred comes along. He's like, Alfred, why can't I go out there? He's like, because Gotham needs Batman, and you're not going out again until you're healthy. And so then Alfred hands him some tea, and he sips it, and he goes, it's too hot. He goes, well, you could wait, Master Bruce. And
he's like,
he just looks at, or. And then all of a sudden, Alfred just.
So that also basically Harley and the newly reformed Joker are on the roof. King Shark and Clayface are there.
And Psy all show up. Well, before that happens, because they were running and they had run into the Riddler and whatnot. They were like,
yeah,
because all the parademons were around and shit. And it was like, yo, like, how did you guys know we were in trouble? It's like, when you texted, she's like, I didn't text nobody. And that's when Dr. Psycho comes up and goes, I did. Me and the Riddler are homies.
Harley looks at the Riddler and say, when the fuck did you get so ripped?
No, the best, it wasn't Harley, because it was Clayface that was like, when did he become so attractive?
Which, by the way, like, I never knew. That's what I was just about to say. I never knew Clayface was gay. Because also, people were like, well, he played Stephanie, who was in love with Brad, it was, from the college. But, like, that's the character. And he's an actor. He's method. Yeah. But this one, he was like.
But then I love how they kept being like, well, Dr. Psycho, that's amazing. Y'all are in a relationship. Like, good for you for accepting your truth. I was like, we're not we're in a business relationship. That's fine. Hooking up. It's all different types of words. Also, what did he say? What did he say? Ass out? He said his ass. He was like hooking up, ass out, like whatever the fuck you want to call it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that part.
He said something wild. But we find out Dr. Psycho has secretly been waiting to overthrow Harley because he's like, you didn't have the balls to do this. And she goes, so you want to take over the parademons, take over Gotham, kill everyone, and then partner up with Darkseid? He's like, because then I'm going to take over Gotham, kill everybody with parademons, and join Darkseid. It's like, she just said that. It's like, well, fuck you.
Well, fuck you. And so Dr. Psycho has this helmet on that magnifies his abilities, and he is able to control the parademons. And so the parademons are coming at Harley, Clayface, and King Shark. And let me tell you something, I ain't never seen Clayface get down like that in my life, boy.
King Shark and Clayface are fucking them up. But then at one point he realizes it's not going to do the job, so he tries to mind control everyone but Harley. But it doesn't work. It only works on Clayface and King Shark, which is deadly enough, but it doesn't work on Sid. When asked why, Sid was like, that's the reason I can't fly, metal plate.
Metal plates.
So now they're trying to run away from them. Joker was throwing the bat plane. He gets shocked by the countermeasures.
Because Gordon was like, he knew exactly who he was. Harley was trying to be like, no, do not call him that.
Because remember, when they first show up on the roof and Gordon sees them, Gordon tackles the shit out of him.
Yeah. He's like the Joker.
And he goes, oh, Gordo, it's good to see you. And then at that point, Harley's like, no, stop it. Don't fucking trigger no shit in him. So he gets shocked. He's knocked out. Gordon's in there. He's kind of doing stuff. They're like, we have to get out of here, but we can't with this dome because Dr. Psycho's put a dome. Mind you, also, Harley tried to fight fucking Riddler at one point, punches him. This motherfucker has abs of steel.
And it's like, all this nigga Ninja Turtle calves.
Yes, but then the other thing that was really funny to me was the fact that like he was like, "What's red and blue?" and about to get its ass beat, and she's like, "Wow, more brawn, less brain there, huh, Nickla?" I don't know. I'm getting a phone call. I'll call them back.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't turn. You're so unprofessional.
Shut up, man. We just got straight into it.
So she does that, but nonetheless, so they figure this out. So Gordon puts the Joker in the back of the bat plane, but I think it's either King Shark or one of the Parademons are thrown into it and causes it to short out. And in the process, it basically shocks the shit out of Joker, which is not a good thing because while he's getting shocked, he's like, and he passes out. So eventually Gordon gets in the plane and he's like, we can't, the autopilot and all the communications is down. And so what happened after that? Because
so then at that point, there's a realization they knock out Psycho for a second. So King Shark and Clayface go down, but then they realize like, okay, we got to do something because he's we can't really stop him. We have to get the fuck out of here inside, but we can't get outside this dome. And they were like, "Well, use a bat missile." He's like, "Well, I can." Batman won't let me. And so then I goes, I'll take care of it. He's like, but she's like, that's a suicide mission. She's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm willing to do this for you. And he rips his eye out. And he's like, as long as you have that.
He's also telling about being a good landlord and stuff, making sure
the best landlord ever.
Making sure the oven works so you can get the rent.
And so it takes eye out, hands it to her. And is like, as long as you have this, I'll always be with you. And he does this whole thing where he activates something in his body, and he's like, that magical oil that was my people used to last for 8 days. Well, that's all in my body.
And he turns the key in his stomach. Matter of fact, he turns his stomach.
Dude shoots off, blows up the dome, and Joker and Gordon and Harley get out of there. And they end up going to
Harley tells Gordon to drop them off somewhere.
Well, before that, that's when Joker brings up the Book of Fables, and she's like, fuck, we have to find it, because they were like, we can't stop all these parademons and Psycho. He's too powerful. Right. We need the Justice League, but they're all dead. It's like, well, I had a dream where they weren't.
Well, no, he's already said it, and Harley brings it back. Remember, they said it earlier in the event. It's brought back up when they're in the plane. I thought it
happened in the plane because I remember her looking over her shoulder, and it's okay. The point is, she realizes she takes him to Ace Chemical, and she's like, "You for sure can't remember where this book is at all." And he's like, "No, I mean it was a dream." And he goes, well, I guess I'll see you in a while, Mr. J." Pushes him into the chemicals, and that's the last thing we see. And that's
she's like, "I'll see you soon, Mr. J." And you can, and she even said it as Harley. She's like, "I'll see you soon, Mr. J." And it was because she did not want to do it, because also Gordon thought they were back together initially. She was like, "No, we're not together." Which I kind of got to give Harley credit for in this, because she's like, "I'm trying to stay away from that relationship, matter what."
That's the fucked up part that I think, and I gotta give. That's the end of the episode. So let's get into the ratings and whatnot. I personally have to give this episode a 5 for the twists and turns, but specifically, I have said a million times the character development what fucking does it for me. that is exactly what ends up happening for a lot of people in domestic violence and like abusive situations, is that somehow, some way, you still end up trapped by these motherfuckers. Typically it happens in a situation where like you have kids together, and so you still have to fucking see them in one way. So for them to find a way to not only bring back the Joker, because obviously he's a major player in Gotham in general, but to essentially Harley now has to for the greater good, has to unfortunately end up back in this fucking toxic ass situation.
Well, I don't think I think the difference is I don't think it's gonna be the relationship they had. It's just that I need him for one thing. It's not like I need him to be the dude because I can't handle it. She's just like, I literally need you because you.
But we know the
I
Joker.
know what you're saying.
But also we know the Joker. I guarantee you when he's back, he's going to be like, oh, I'll tell you what you want to know, but... And then
he needs to be back with me. We were such a pair together.
Because remember, at the end of the last season, she had to put on the old costume. She had to do all this humiliating shit, or he was going to murder all of her friends. So it's very possible that he's going to do the same shit where she's at his whim to get what she needs.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, what would you rate it, man?
For me, I think I have to agree. I have to give it a 5, mainly because of the twist in terms. The twist of Dr. Psycho plotting with the Riddler all along. The twist of, Harley and the Joker unwillingly having to work together. Gordon still trying to just prove his worthiness to Batman. The whole thing with King Shark and Clayface, all these different elements. Sid sacrificing himself. Sid sacrifices all these different elements to give you one story in 22 minutes. You know what I'm saying? All these different things in 22 minutes, and I very much am proud. I'm proud to say I watch this show weekly. But we want to know what you think about this show in the comments below. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Did you like this episode? Are you loving the twists and turns? And I think we only got 3 more left after this. So we want to know what you think, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Join my supervillain squad on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I do a whole lot of extensive conversations that are extensions of things I talk about on the podcast here or just regular life. And I want your opinions on it. And you can only get that being a member of the squad. And you go get some exclusive content, stand-up videos, my wrestling matches and stuff like that. So do that. And check out the Mad Titan podcast. Everywhere you get your podcast from, I get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. Is barbershop talk for nerds, so come on in the convo, all right? And I think that's it. Winston will take care of the rest of it.
Yeah, you can follow me at the swaggy blerd, THESWAGGYBLERD. That's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Obviously, you can find me at Blerds in the Hood with this guy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time, as I believe you just mentioned that, didn't you? Or I
did it earlier, I think, but go.
I might be smoking something, but yeah, 2 p.m. Tuesdays Pacific. I mean, we had a wonderful town hall this week. I highly suggest it was our 20th episode. I would suggest you check it out if you need some more perspective on everything that's been going on the last week or so. But you can also find me. I'm reviving my show, Positive Black People News. You can find that youtube.com/PBP News. It's essentially Last Week Tonight meets positive news stories about Black people. So it's something that I feel like we need right now. It's something that I've been very passionate about. So I'm going to get back to that. And then obviously you can see me here with Jay doing this, and we're going to be going into Stargirl soon. So definitely be able to.
Yeah, we got to play catch up because it's already airing. So we'll play catch up for those episodes. Also, it's funny because you're doing positive Black people news and I do educated insanity, ignorant news. So it's like it's the polar opposites. But nonetheless, we will holla at you guys next week. To everybody in the comments, thank y'all. For the one dude who was like, yo, you should play the episode along as you guys do the review. No, because several things. One, we have fun doing this. We tell people all the time, this shit might not be in the full order because we are having too much fun with it. And B, Warner Brothers ain't finna let me do that. So
that's the real problem. What you guys don't understand is obviously with it coming out on Fridays, we record this way before the episode comes out because we have press access. We have a chance to check it out. We cannot do that. If there was a situation where Warner Brothers wanted to do that, like, yo, holla at us. If you want us on a DC show to just do live watch-alongs, we'll do that shit. Absolutely do 1,000%. Like, if Patrick or Dean or Justin, if y'all are watching this and y'all want to do that show for Harley, we will do a live review for y'all. You tell us what to do. We got it covered. But other than that, we got to keep doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I need to eat something before I pass out. So
I'm gonna cook some mushrooms. We will holler at y'all later next week. Take care. We out of here. Bye.